First up on our top 10 list is Stardew Valley. You've inherited your grandfather's old farm plot in Stardew Valley. Armed with hand-me-down tools and a few coins, you set out to begin your new life. Can you learn to live off the land and turn these overgrown fields into a thriving home? It won't be easy. Stardew Valley has been one of the most loved simulation games of all time, with its lovable characters, great gameplay, and hundreds of hours of content. With a recent multiplayer add-on to Stardew Valley, it should surprise no one that this game is on the top 10 list of games under $20 for the Switch. In our algorithm, Stardew Valley is the 25th in all games on the Switch. The only reason I can think of not to own this game is if you are entirely against simulation games, as if so, it may be a drag for you. However, for most of the population, this is an excellent game choice. Coming in at number 9, we have The Messenger. As a demon army besieges his village, a young ninja ventures through a cursed world to deliver a scroll paramount to his clan's survival. What begins as a classic action platformer soon unravels into an expansive, time-traveling adventure full of thrills, surprises, and humor. As a small 2018 indie release, The Messenger really shined and took off. With a Metacritic score of 86, Messenger has already hit number 24 on our Switch games within half a year. That's pretty dang impressive. A lot of people loved this game for its old retro feel and compared it to the NES Ninja Gaiden games with well done modern updates. People have raved about the art style and soundtrack, great gameplay and fun mechanics, and its good storyline. Some people have complained about too much backtracking in the second half of the game, but it seems like they are a small minority in their complaints. However, if you love games with an old retro feel, this is a top one to snag for $20 or under on the Switch. Now for our number 8, we have the game Inside. Hunted and alone, a boy finds himself drawn into the center of a dark project. And yes, that's all we get from a description of this game. Inside is an atmospheric adventure game that came back out in July 2016. Most of the game consists in simple movements from left to right with puzzles along the way. Being a heavy atmospheric puzzle game, the main draw of the game is its story, which many people say is an epic story that makes you really sit down and think about it. Even without dialogue, this game has found an amazing way to tell the story through gameplay mechanics and the atmosphere. The unique masterpiece of a game earned itself a 91 on Metacritic. The biggest con of the game is that it's on the shorter side, and a lot of people are saying they finished it within 3 to 4 hours. So you have to decide for yourself if it's worth the $20 for it. A lot of reviewers and critics say it is though, and if you want something different than your normal, endless action games, then this could be a great break for you. At number 7, we have an oldie but a goodie, Okami HD, and please enjoy while I butcher all these Japanese names. Take the role of Amaterasu, the Japanese sun goddess who inhabits the form of a legendary white wolf, Shiranu. Use magical ability attacks and the celestial brush techniques to restore the land of Nippon to its previous glory full of life and color. Whew, man, I can barely even read the description of this game. That's a good sign. Anyways, Okami is an old PS2 game that was originally released all the way back in 2006. In 2017, they took this game and updated it to release it as Okami HD. Okami has a high Metacritic score of 89, as critics claim this is one of the video game's best art forms. Users have raved over it as well with an 8.7 score. If you're a lover of puzzles, exploration, and Japanese art and culture, you will love this game. If like me you haven't played this classic video game, then perhaps it's time. Some people complain about the game dragging out and not being challenging enough though, so if you only like games with a bit of a challenge, then that might be reason enough to skip out on this one. At number 6, we have a more recent game, Gris. Gris is a serene, evocative experience free of danger, frustration, or death. Players will explore a meticulous designed world brought to life with delicate art, detailed animation, and an elegant original score. Gris is an excellent release at the end of the 2018 year that has already racked up a lot of sales and positive reviews. Again, this is another one of those games that is more known for its art and story than it's known for its actual gameplay. The breathtaking art style though has propelled this game to a great score of 84 on Metacritic. While this game does have platforming mechanics to it, don't buy it if you are looking for a platforming challenge. Gris is definitely meant more for fans of the atmospheric genre. This game does look absolutely gorgeous though, so if anything, it's definitely worth checking out and putting on the good old wish list. First to crack the top 5 is one of my all-time favorites, Rocket League. Winner or nominee of more than 150 Game of the Year awards, Rocket League is a high-powered hybrid of an arcade soccer and driving with rewarding physics-based gameplay. Take to the pitch for a fully featured offline season mode, multiple game types, casual and competitive online matches, and special mutators that let you change the rules entirely. Express yourself with one of the deepest customization systems around and battle opponents on other platforms with groundbreaking cross-platform play. I mean, honestly, do I even need to talk about Rocket League? As one of the biggest multiplayer games of the last few years, Rocket League really needs no introduction. If you are willing to push past the grueling start of getting your butt whooped over and over again to get the hang of some of the basic mechanics, Rocket League becomes one of the most fun multiplayer games out there. Each match is intense, but also short and sweet. I've played Rocket League for hours at a time before getting tired enough to set it down. If you don't own Rocket League yet, I'd say it's a must-have for anyone who is a competitive gamer. At number 4, this may be a surprise to you, as it was for me, it's Sonic Mania. Experience the ultimate celebration of past and future in Sonic Mania, an all-new 2D Sonic adventure running at a crisp 60 frames per second with stunning HD retro-style graphics. Multiple playable characters give you the ability to go explosively fast as Sonic, soar as Tails, or power through tough obstacles with Knuckles' brute strength. You can relive the Sonic of the past with an exciting new twist on classic zones. Yes, again, I'm also a little bit surprised to see that Sonic Mania made it to 4th place in the algorithm for games under $20, but it also makes some sense. Sonic was one of the most loved games on the Sega and was one of my favorite games as a kid. However, the Sonic series fell short for many years until Sonic Mania came out in 2017. Sonic Mania has an 86 Metacritic score and one of the highest user scores at 8.8, as it's a perfect blast from the past. If you loved old classic Sonic games, then this newer version will bring you back to those great Sega Genesis days. At number 3, we have SteamWorld Dig 2. SteamWorld Dig 2 takes you on a platform mining adventure forged in Metroidvania flames. When an old trading town is struck by mysterious earthquakes, it's up to a lone Steambot and her unlikely companion to uncover what trembling terrors lie beneath. Personally, I haven't gotten a chance to play SteamWorld Dig 2 yet, as my bank account has been hurt by other $60 Nintendo games I've recently bought. However, I played a ton of the first SteamWorld Dig and absolutely loved it. From what I can see over all the reviews, it has a 88 Metacritic score for a good reason. It has taken what everyone loved from the first game, the platforming, the Metroidvania map, the mining and exploration, and the fighting, and it improved on all of it. Especially on the visual side of things, they really made a good graphic improvement for SteamWorld Dig 2. It's definitely close to the top of my wish list, and if you've never played a SteamWorld Dig game, I'd highly recommend it. Some people complain that it doesn't have enough replay value, but for a game under $20, personally I think that's okay. Just short of taking the top spot is going to be Celeste. Help Madeline survive her inner demons on her journey to the top of Celeste Mountain in this super tight, handcrafted platformer from the creators of multiplayer classic Towerfall. It's not a shocker that Celeste won Indie Game of the Year in 2018. With a Metacritic score of 92, Celeste is one of the highest rated platforming games out there. Not only does it have really challenging and engaging platforming, such as the likes of Super Meat Boy, it also has a really relatable character and story to it. If you're someone who is willing to push past difficult levels and you love the intensity of mastering mechanics until you get it just right, Celeste should be one of the perfect games for you to give it a whirl. If you have a great fear of failing over and over again in a video game, then Celeste isn't probably for you, but if you love the challenge, then I'd say let's go for it. With high critic scores and user scores, Celeste made it to number 8 on Switch games overall. That's saying something, and it definitely deserves a number 2 spot on games under $20. And at number 1, we have an absolute steal of a game, Hollow Knight. An epic action-adventure through a vast ruined kingdom of insects and heroes. Explore twisting caverns, battle tainted creatures, and befriend bizarre bugs, all in a classic hand-drawn 2D style. At $15, Hollow Knight could possibly be the best bang for its buck. I've started streaming this game for a few hours, and I feel like I've barely scratched the surface of this game. Hollow Knight is an eerie kind of gorgeous Metroidvania. The gameplay I've had so far has been smooth and very enjoyable, and has always left me wanting more. If you are a fan of Metroidvanias, or heck, even just action games in general for that matter, it's hard to argue that Hollow Knight isn't worth a purchase. On our algorithm, it is the 5th best ranked game overall, with a 13th ranked Metascore of 90 and a 4th ranked user score of 8.7. This is out of all video games on the Switch, not just ones under $20. The only negative reviews I could really find were about the difficulty and complaints about Metroidvanias being tedious. So I guess that's perhaps one reason not to buy it, but let's just say that I personally think that this game does deserve number 1 on any list of Switch games under $20 and is definitely worth a buy. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. I've been fighting a cold all week, so hopefully it didn't affect the quality of the video too much. If you enjoyed these list videos, definitely subscribe because there'll be more coming in the future. And you don't want to miss out on Reggie Boy, he's so cute. Anyways, have a great day guys. Thanks again.